Hey guys, it is quitting time and I am headed on vacation now. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. This is our big trip home. We haven't been home since Christmas, home being Minnesota, of course. We haven't been home since Christmas, and so this is our last chance to kind of go home until next Christmas. And yeah, I'm super excited. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna break up this travel vlog. I might do it in pieces, or maybe I'll just do one big, huge, long thing. I don't really know. But yeah, I will be travel vlogging, so yeah. And I've had kind of a stressful afternoon because so we learned that one of our adjuncts is actually not going to be able to teach this fall. Maybe more on that later. But he's not going to be able to teach, and which is fine. Like, most of those labs can just be picked up by the grad students. But one of the labs he teaches is a lab that has to be taught by someone who has a master's, or at least enough credits to have the equivalent of a master's, if they're like a PhD student or something. So that's kind of a hard class to fill. And so, and I'm already teaching another section of that lab, but I couldn't teach this section is an earlier one, and I couldn't teach it because I had class then, or so I thought. Turns out that I got the days of the week mixed up on the class that I'm taking in the fall, and I thought it was Tuesday, Thursday, and it turns out it's Monday, Wednesday. So good news was I could take that lab that we needed to have someone teach. Bad news was that it then intersected with another lab that I had to teach. But luckily that one is really easy to find someone else to teach, so I guess it wasn't really good news, bad news. It was good news, sort of inconvenient news, but yeah, so that kind of stressed me out, but thankfully that's all dealt with, so I don't have to worry about it. And yeah, now I get to leave and start my vacation, and I'm super ready for it. It's been a long summer, and I'm ready to just go home and have other people take care of me for a while. So yeah, but with that, I'm gonna get out of my office. I'm not just gonna keep talking about it. I'm actually gonna leave my office and go home, and I don't know when I'll see you guys again. Probably tomorrow when we're on our way to the airport or something like that. But I will see you guys again in, for you, what seems like just a few seconds. Hello again. So we are all packed up. It's Friday afternoon, by the way. So we are all packed up and I guess ready to go. We weren't planning on leaving for the airport until 3, but it's 2:30 right now, and we're packed up because we're just really bad about doing that kind of stuff. So we'll probably request an Uber before 3 and get to the airport early, I guess. But yeah, we're excited, ready to go home. Yeah, that's all I got. The nice thing is that this is a direct flight, so at least we don't have to make multiple stops. As soon as we get on the plane, we are then headed to Minneapolis, so that'll be good. But yeah, that's all I got for now, so I guess I will check back in with you guys when we get to the airport or something like that. So I'll see you then. Hey guys, so we got past security. Wesley's here. So we got past security. I'm wearing my headphones so I don't have to talk quite so loud. But yeah, we are stupidly early. So we're just gonna sit here. We got coffee from Caribou, which is, I don't think I've talked about Caribou before, but Caribou is a coffee chain that was started in Minneapolis, in Minnesota. And so back home, they are everywhere. They're like Starbucks. But here they don't have them. It's kind of a Midwestern thing. So the only Caribous, I think probably maybe in the whole state of Virginia, are here in this airport. And so it's kind of like a nice treat to get every time we come and, go to the airport. So I have a big iced coffee. Wesley has a glorified milkshake, but it's a travel day. Calories don't count on travel days.
I ordered a small.
Well, yeah, it's a small, but it's gigantic. Seriously, this thing is huge. I don't get it. Huh? Do it again.
You talking about when I went down to Trinidad?
Yeah, it's the size of his head. Anyway, So anyway, so we're gonna sit here and stare out the window at the little airport carts driving around because we are like way at the end of the terminal. So I'll flip the camera around and show you guys. But yeah, we're gonna hang out and wait until our plane gets here. So fun, fun.
Sky down
It's like you're just determined to ruin my vlog.
vlogging
I'm vlogging
right now.
right now.
Oh.
Currently doing the most dangerous thing I've ever done, which is vlogging on one of those moving walkways at the airport. We're zooming. But anyway, we landed. We're off to get our bag. And our travel experience was going a little too smoothly. So to make up for it, on the plane, I managed to spill an entire glass of water all over my lap, partially on Wesley. So apparently it is a common theme on this vlog that I will be stating that my butt is wet. Anyway, we're off to go find our bag. Hey, happy Saturday. So yeah, today's our first day in Minnesota, and Wesley and I are just getting ready to go out for a walk. He had to run upstairs and grab something. But yeah, we're gonna go for a walk. Other than that, I'm waiting for my mom to come pick me up, and we're gonna have a shopping girls' day. So I don't know how much of that you'll see, but if you see anything else from me today, it'll probably be that. So yeah, but now it's walk time. Okay, so we're currently at the Mall of America. See, here's the Mall of America. And we're in this new food court that they just renovated. And this stuff, as near as I can tell, is all yarn that's hanging from up there. And it's all these like different colors, like this whole rainbow color of yarn. And you can tell it's yarn. You guys probably won't be able to see this, but you can see the little ends down there, and it's totally yarn. How cool is that? I got my second caribou of our trip. Woot. Okay, so we traded the Mall of America for the Outlet Mall, which is back there. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. I wasn't really finding what I wanted at the mall, so hopefully I'll find what I want here. But if not, I mean, it's outside, so it's nice. It's a good chance to walk around and get some exercise and, you know, do the shopping thing. Hey guys. The lighting in here is absolutely atrocious, so I apologize for that. But I realized I sort of ended recording yesterday very abruptly and didn't really show you guys any of the results from my shopping. And that was mostly just because we went to see some friends last night, some friends of Wesley's, and I just didn't want to record, and we had a lot of fun and we were out very late. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to record today either. But I thought I would show you sort of my shopping haul because I don't remember if I said this, but like the point of going shopping yesterday was I wanted to replace my entire wardrobe. So when we flew home, I only brought one pair of jeans, which is what I'm currently wearing. I brought the shirt that I wore on the plane, plus like a plaid shirt that I think you saw that I wore over it. And then I brought one other t-shirt, and then this is my like pajama t-shirt. And that's all I brought other than socks and underwear. And this is because I've been very unhappy with my wardrobe for a very long time because it's a lot of stuff that like I had left over from undergrad or grad school, and it just didn't feel to me like a professional grown-up adult wardrobe. But at the same time, like it can't be too fancy because, with my job, I do a lot of moving around. I do a lot of, moving things around. And so it's sort of tough for me to kind of figure out like what my wardrobe was. So I realized that like, sort of my style is jeans and t-shirts, but I really wanted to like spiff it up and make it nicer jeans and t-shirts. And I knew that if I tried to do this piece by piece, I was never going to get there. I had to just give myself, for one thing, a deadline, which was I have no clothes here. And for another thing, I needed to just do it all in one fell swoop. So, it probably, like, it was a huge sting in terms of like how much money I spent. But, now I can replace things piece by piece as they wear out. And I have like a really good foundational wardrobe with a lot of basics that can mix and match. And I'm very happy with it. So, I wound up spending in total $334 yesterday, buying all these pieces. And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of money, but it's basically an entire new wardrobe. So I will show you what I got. I definitely think that it would have been a lot more expensive had I had to buy all of these things at full retail price. The only things that I paid full price for were my jeans, which I'll show you in just a second. But everything else, I bought at the outlets. And I think the most expensive thing I got was the dress that I'll show you, and that was still under $40. All the other pieces, I think they were all under, $30 a piece. And they're, decently nice stuff. It's not stuff from Target anymore, so, that's a bonus. But I will, well, and the watch. I guess I got a watch, and that was like $45. But anyway, I will flip the camera around and show you guys what my new wardrobe looks like. Okay, so we will start here on the right. These are two pairs of Levi's jeans. They're identical. They are I think it's the 721 if anyone cares. They're a high-rise skinny jean and just a plain, you can see just a plain basic dark wash. I really like jeans like this because I feel like they can look professional enough to wear to work, but they also don't look too, like, they can also be very casual. So these are my two pairs of jeans that I got. Then I got one pair of shorts, which are just this basic black cuffed short, and they have this cute little like button detailing up on the front belt loops. And then this shirt, which is like a polka dot ruffly tank top. It looks kind of goofy flat. This was actually one that my mom picked out for me, and she was like, you should try this on. And I wouldn't have picked it out myself, but it is super cute, definitely a winner. So I'm really glad that my mom picked that out. So these two pieces came from White House Black Market, which I really like really great. I definitely will look there in the future for, pieces as I need to replace things in my wardrobe, because it's just really great basics. And then I got this from Old Navy, and this is just sort of a basic sleeveless button-down shirt that has this really cute ruffle detail around the collar, and it's just like this really, light, thin cotton that I think will be great for summer and great for winter because I can, layer a sweater over it. And then, so I think I said this came from Old Navy. This came from Talbot's, and it's just a really basic sort of knit t-shirt in this sort of, gray heathered color. And like the only fancy detail, I have to lean across the bed, is this cute little bow that's bow and keyhole that are on the back of the neck. But otherwise it's just very basic and plain, but I feel like it looks nicer than just a plain t-shirt. Yes, like I said, that came from Talbot's. Then this is the new watch that I got from Fossil. This one was sort of an impulse purchase. I hadn't been planning on buying a new watch, but my watch band for my other watch broke. And I've been eyeing this one up on the Fossil website, and I really liked it. So yeah, it's just this basic, very basic watch. Small but not too dainty. And it's got this beautiful, oh gosh, I'm sorry. I dropped my phone a little bit. It's got this really nice like stainless steel band on it, so I really like it. And then this is the dress that I mentioned. This came from J. Crew, and this one was like $39 or something. And this is just, it's a basic black maxi dress, but it's 100% linen, and I've never had anything that's 100% linen before, but I've always really wanted something that's linen. They're just so expensive. And so it's just a basic sort of black dress. What side is the front? Here we go. So this side's the front. So it has this sort of elastic waistband so that it's not just a big shapeless sack. And then it has this really cute sort of braid detail, which makes up the straps and goes along the front. So yeah, that one I'm really excited. And ladies out there, you'll know how exciting this is. It has pockets, and it actually has fairly large pockets. So I'm super excited about that. So like I said, that came from J. Crew, and then these are the last 3 shirts that I got all from Express, and I can move around the end of the bed here so we can see them better. So yeah, so this is just another tank top that has this really cute keyhole detail in the back and sort of this like plaid pattern. The shirt that's behind it looks like it's exactly the same. They're not the same. This one's cream, this one's white, but I mean otherwise they're basically the same. It's again that sort of plaid pattern, but you can see this one is very, very thin. You can actually see the shirt behind it through it, and it's very soft. It's not silk, but it kind of feels like silk. So I'm very excited about this one. I think it will look very nice. Again, it's just a basic v-neck t-shirt, but it looks nicer than a basic v-neck t-shirt. So that one's that. And then this is like the one bit of color. Like my mom was not going to let me buy a whole wardrobe that was only black and white, because at the point when we bought this, I thought this was the last shirt and we hadn't yet bought the Old Navy shirt yet, but even still, that's very basic. So my mom wanted me to pick something out that, like one thing that had a lot of color to it. And I didn't want something that was busy and had like a print on it. So I picked out this shirt, which is basically the same as this previous one you can see, except this one has this little zipper detail, which I mean is pretty much useless. Like I wouldn't ever unzip the zipper because it just gets to be really low cut. But I mean, otherwise it's basically the same, and it's just in this very neon coral kind of color, which, you know, it might seem like, oh my gosh, that's a color that doesn't match anything, but I find that neon coral actually seems to go with a lot of things. I think because it's so out there, you can match it with a lot of other things. But yeah, so in total, I wound up getting, how many? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shirts. I got 3 bottoms and then 1 dress, which isn't a lot, but you know, I'm pretty minimalist anyway and sort of what I wear, and it's enough to kind of give me a start. Plus I have a few pieces at home that I will keep, you know, like I'm going to get rid of all my like gross ratty t-shirts and stuff, but like I do have a couple of pieces at home that I can keep and sort of, you know, match into this. And as we kind of transition into colder weather, the nice thing is that all of these are like short sleeved or sleeveless. So they should all work, you know, if I want to throw a sweater on over top of them or something. You know, I'm planning on making myself some more sweaters, and, you know, but these will all, I think, transition well into colder weather, you know, kind of with the sweaters and pieces that I already have. But yeah, that's going to be it. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to film more today. If I do, I'll see you guys later. And if not, I guess I'll see you guys whenever I pick up the camera again. So see you then. Hey guys, so, oh, there we go. So since last time I vlogged, let's see, I showed you guys the clothes that I got. So then my dad and my older brother came up that day. So they came up on Sunday, and we hung out with them for a little while, and then we had a big family dinner with all of my family at my little brother's place. And then yesterday, which was Monday, I hung out with my dad and my brother all day, and we had a big dinner with them and Wesley's parents. And then this morning, my dad and brother went back down to Iowa because that's where they live. And then, yeah, I guess today's going to be another vlogging day. So far today, Wesley and I have, we went to a half-price bookstore in St. Paul, which I don't know, like I know half-price bookstores, it's, you know, it's a chain. I don't know how prolific they are. So basically it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a half-price bookstore. So, you know, the selection is always a little bit variable, and it like really depends on like which one you go to, like what kind of city it's in. So the one that we go to here is in St. Paul. So it's got a pretty good selection. I've been to other ones that like don't have a very good selection just because of the neighborhoods that they're in, because, you know, people bring in used books and sell them. And so it kind of just depends on what the people around there read. But anyway, so we went there and, sorry. We went there and I only got 1 book. Wesley didn't get any books, but, which is probably for the best because we don't have very much room to bring books back. But the book I got is this one, which is backwards. It's Wheat Belly Total Health. I read the original Wheat Belly book a while ago, like way back when I first went gluten-free, and I think that was right about the time that that book came out. So yeah, so I'm interested to see what this, I've heard that this one is not just a rehash of that one, so I'll be interested to see what that's like. But yeah, then we came home and I sort of got us lost, not lost, but we took a longer route than necessary on the way home because there's all kinds of road construction through Minneapolis right now. So like getting back on the interstate was just not a good idea because we just, like there's an exit that we need to take that is closed, so we just can't get from point A to point B. Which is fine because Wesley knows how to get back home kind of going along the Mississippi River, which runs through Minneapolis and St. Paul, and it's a very nice scenic route. And especially with all the road construction, it's, it doesn't take us any longer. But so I was navigating and, we were kind of a little bit lost. Like, some of those roads down there get really confusing. And so I was like, okay, well, we came up to a road that we wanted to get onto, and I was like, okay, well, do we want to go towards the river or away from the river? And Wesley said towards the river. So I had us turn, and it turns out I had us turn in the wrong direction because where we were, we could have turned either way and gone towards the river, but I took us away from the direction we wanted to go. So then we just had to kind of go down along this U along the Mississippi, and then we finally got back to where, we wanted to go on the other side of the U. But yeah, it was a very nice scenic drive home. St. Paul is really pretty, and especially right there along the river, it's just so pretty. But yeah, now I think we're going to have some lunch because we have leftovers. We have leftover ribs and pulled pork and stuff from yesterday. And then later today, we are going to a Twins game. So I will vlog that this evening. We're going to a Twins game with my mom and her partner, which I think will be really fun because the Twins have a relatively new stadium. The Twins are the baseball team, here in Minneapolis. And they have a relatively new stadium. It's not like super duper new, but we haven't seen it. It's been built, I think, since I moved away for grad school. So I've never been to it before, and I think it's an outdoor stadium, so I'm very excited to see it. And we will be taking the light rail to get there, which is sort of the rapid transit train system in Minneapolis, which again, I think they started putting it in maybe right around the time I graduated high school. So I think I've ridden it like once, but I haven't ridden it very much. And so that'll be an exciting thing as well. So yeah, stay tuned and we will see that later. I swear, when one is in the Twin Cities, all paths seem to lead back to the Mississippi because that right there, right there, is the Mississippi River. I got a little bored, a little bit antsy. I've been reading my book, but I kind of, was feeling like I wanted to move around a little bit, so I decided to go for a walk. And Wesley brought me here yesterday to show me this sort of park and stuff because it's, in the town where he grew up. And I figured I'd try and reach it on foot, and I did. It's a little bit of a long walk. I mean, well, it's not really that long. Like, I've walked longer distances, but yeah, I mean, it's almost 2 o'clock, so it's sunny, and it's a little bit warm, not too warm. But yeah, now I'm headed back, but I thought I would go ahead and give you guys some view of the nature, and I'll try and get sort of like a slow pan of the river as well. But yeah, it's just really pretty. This is what I really love about Minnesota and the Midwest, is it's just so pretty, so much nature. Not that we don't have this in Virginia, but it's different here. I don't know. So yeah, I'll turn the camera around. I'll show you guys all the stuff that I can see. I'll give you a 360 view from where I'm standing right this second. Picture. No, it's facing me. So we made it to Target Field. I don't know if you guys, I think that's it behind us. Yeah, light rail was fine. It's I mean, it's nothing like the metro in DC because it's most of it is above ground, so like you have to deal with traffic. But yeah, it was a good ride. But we didn't have to deal with traffic. We don't have to pay for parking. So now we're just waiting for my mom, and yeah, then we'll go in and I will show you guys probably a little bit of the outside as we sort of wander around, and then the inside once we get inside. So once again, we continue the vlogging with horrible lighting, but we are leaving. That is the Target Stadium behind us, and as of right now, the game actually isn't over, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose because it's like the 8th inning and we're behind 6-1, so we're pretty sure it's not gonna even out. So we're gonna catch the train back to where we parked our car. But yeah, Target Stadium was really good. Really great night for it because, you know, it was cool enough that it wasn't, you know, we weren't all sweaty, but it wasn't too cold. Really great. Yeah, I liked it. Wesley, your thoughts?
It's good. It's fun.
Yeah, so I'm glad we went, and yeah, now we're gonna go catch our train. So I'll see you guys later.
Really?
Hello and happy Thursday. I'm here with Wesley. And we are at IKEA, and mostly we're just going to kind of look around and, you know, plan a future dream home. But I figured I would vlog the IKEA trip because I know there aren't IKEAs everywhere, and maybe not everyone has seen an IKEA. And there's some very loud fans over the doors. Anyway, so I'll take you guys around IKEA, and then later today we are planning on going to my favorite yarn store in St. Paul, so stick around for that. But first, IKEA. Who needs that many clocks?
What?
Who needs that many clocks?
You're into clocks?
Yeah. So, we're currently walking through the warehouse section of IKEA. So, yeah, this is basically the end of our journey because we're not buying anything today because that would be silly because we have to fly back to Richmond. So, we were just coming here for some ideas and because it's here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the look inside of IKEA. My guess is that next we're going to get some lunch and then yarn store. So, I will see you again then. So, we are now in St. Paul, and the yarn store, which is called the Yarnery, is mere minutes away. So, I'm super excited, and yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like. I think I mentioned this, but this is one of my favorite yarn stores that I've been to anywhere. And it's a bummer because I didn't discover it until after we moved away from the Twin Cities. So I only get to go now whenever we come home, but it's totally worth it. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the look around the yarn store. I actually didn't wind up buying anything because space is limited in terms of what I can bring back with me, and there was just nothing that really, said, buy me, buy me, buy me, I should take up space in your suitcase when you've already bought a bunch of new clothes. So, but what was interesting is that place is the first place I think I've ever seen Brooklyn tweed yarn in person, and so I got to actually feel some of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I know a lot of people go nuts for Brooklyn tweed, but yeah, I think I was feeling loft, and it just felt really kind of scratchy. I don't know. It must just be me because people love Brooklyn tweed. But what am I missing here, people? What do I not understand? But anyway, so that was our trip to the yarn store. I'm really glad I got a chance to come over and take a gander around. And now I think we're gonna get some ice cream / other snacks, because I had sort of a lunch disappointment and wound up with half of my lunch being something that turned out to be deep fried that I couldn't eat. So I'm getting hungry. So snack time. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I know I've been slacking a little bit the past couple days, but things have just been busy and we're kind of winding down the end of our trip, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting ready to go back to, go back to Richmond, go back to my routine in my apartment. I get like this every vacation. It's just I want my things again. But anyway, I thought I would go ahead and show you guys some stuff that I found. We've been cleaning out a closet in Wesley's old bedroom, which is, where we're staying. And let me see if I can, right there, that closet there. That's where we had stored a whole bunch of our stuff when we moved out to Virginia. We were moving from Wisconsin out to Virginia, so we put just a whole bunch of stuff in bins and plopped it in that closet and figured we would deal with it later. We cleaned out a lot of stuff then even. I think we had an entire car full of stuff that went to Goodwill, and we had another car full of stuff that was just garbage. An equivalent amount of stuff that was just garbage. But even still, we put a lot in that closet, and we've emptied a lot of it out. So, in going through all those boxes, I found some old knitting stuff that I thought I would show you guys that, is predates the podcast. So you can see some things that I was doing, before I started podcasting. And I'm not doing this chronologically because I have no idea in what order these things are in. But, yeah, I'll just go through it. So these are a very old, very fluorescent pair of mitts that I made. And these were something that I did sort of based off of pictures from a pattern. So, as you guys know, sometimes I recreate patterns just by looking at the pictures. And so that's not a new thing, but they're just sort of these fingerless mitts that are done with garter stitch and some short rows for the thumb, and then just seamed together. So, early project, but looking back, not a bad one. Go me. Then I have some toys that I made. I used to make a lot of toys. I crocheted a bunch of toys, and then I tried knitting a few. So some that I crocheted are these little whales, and I forget what the pattern for this is called. I think it's called Wherein or something. I'll try and, put it down wherever it is that I put the patterns. But this is sort of, I made modifications to the pattern because like the original guy has a very sort of long snout, and I thought it was much cuter with this sort of stubby little snout on it. So I made some modifications. If I remember, I will try and link, below or something to my pattern or my project page for this on Ravelry, because I actually have a project page and I think I listed what modifications I made. But yeah, I basically made these when I went to Argentina. When I was in grad school, I went to Argentina to do a research project, and I think I took Coral with me. I think I had made, this one was named Coral. I think I made Coral right before that and took her with me. But yeah, it's all done sort of in one piece. Like I crocheted the little fins in as I went so that I didn't have to do any seaming. And then it just has these little eyeballs. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty easy. And the nice thing is that because it's kind of like all done in one piece, it's a good toy for a child because, you don't have to worry about them pulling something off, and you could sew on the eyes if it was for a really little kid. Although, these are like the, eyes made for like little stuffed animals. So yeah, and then this one is the fail whale. This one I made for Wesley. It's a little white whale. So yeah, those are two toys that I crocheted. And then another toy that I knit is this little hedgehog. And this was a pattern by Pearl Soho, and it's just this cute little hedgehog. And it's a little lumpy. But yeah, this one I'm actually very impressed with because this was before I knew much about, knitting three-dimensionally and doing any kind of shaping. So I'm pretty impressed with how this came out. And it doesn't have any legs or anything. So it's just all kind of one piece. And if I remember right, these little ears are done sort of as you go. So there's no seaming or anything, which I hate in toys. So yeah, a pretty easy pattern if I remember right, and definitely one that I'd recommend. And then a knitted toy that did not come out so well is this guy. And I forget, where this pattern came from. It came off of Ravelry, but it's a goose. It's a Canada goose. And it's a little misshapen because the head is supposed to point straight forward, and obviously it doesn't. I don't think that was a problem with the pattern. I think that was a problem with me not knowing what I was doing. And I'm sure that if I made it again, it would look a lot better. But yeah, this is something that I made for Wesley, again, sort of at the beginning of me making three-dimensional knitted things, and I'm sure that if I did it again, it would be a lot better. But yeah, that's the last of the toys. And then I have a couple of shawls, nothing super spectacular. I don't remember what yarn this one is, but this is just, I think this pattern was the BLT shawl. It's like basic lace triangle. Very easy to memorize, great pattern, highly recommend. And this is, I think, a cotton blend or something. But it's a very pretty yarn. I really like it. And then this one is I want to say it's the Flying North shawl, but I could be completely confused on that. And this is a Karen yarn. I think it's a cotton blend again. Very soft, like, like comfy t-shirt soft. And it's, of course, not blocked at all because I don't block things. But it's just this sort of basic lace shawl. And then, let's see, what else do I have? I have another pair of mitts. These are the masonry mitts, I think it's called. And these I made, so these shawls I know that I made when I was working, I think it was when I was working here or back in Wisconsin. So that would have been just after I finished grad school and just before we moved out to Virginia. And then these I know I knit while I was working in Wisconsin because it was so cold at work and I needed something to keep my hands warm. So these are just very short little mitts. Like I said, I think the pattern is called masonry mitts. And this was, I think, my first time maybe knitting something for myself with wool. And these were made right about the time that I started playing with socks as well. So one of my first projects made with wool. I have no idea what yarn this is. It came from a yarn shop in the Twin Cities here. But yeah, so these are that. And then I have this guy, which I don't remember when I made this, and I don't remember the name of this pattern, but I know I have it in Ravelry, so I will try and, put the name of the pattern down on the screen somewhere. But this is sort of this like bonnet hat thing that I think is really cute. I'm not sure that Wesley really agreed with me, but this is sort of what it looks like. So I really like it. It's got this big sort of tassel on the back, and it's got the braids, and I really like it. But Yeah, Wesley was not as crazy about it. But and the yarn for it is some sort of mystery yarn. I think I got it in like a jumbo pack at like Michael's or something. Like, you know how they sell those like mill end packs? I think that's what this is. So it's just sort of this like weird mystery blend. I think it has some wool in it. It's sort of these browns and tans and yellows. And yeah, I really liked it. So that's, I actually did wear it quite a bit. And then the last thing is some very early socks that I knit. And I mean very early. Like, I think these are some of the first socks that I knit. And so this one is, again, like I said, one of the very first ones that I did. And this one is, I have no idea even what the yarn is. It's this very sort of like rainbow, highly variegated yarn. And you can see it's just a short row heel, not even fish lips kiss, just a plain short row heel. And I'm pretty sure that this patterning that I did on the top was the broken seed stitch pattern. But yeah, just a very basic sock. And then I think this one was supposed to be the partner to it, because at the time I was just making single socks and I figured that as long as I made them the same size, it would be fine. I could just wear them mismatched. So this one I'm pretty sure is Cascade Heritage in one of their paints ones, because it's very soft. So it's obviously a merino. This one's obviously a merino blend as well. So I think this is a Cascade Heritage. And again, same sort of thing. A short row heel and that broken seed stitch on top. Then these, let's see, this one is, I think, one of the first ones that I did using Patons Kroy, and I cannot for the life of me remember what colorway this is, but it's got these like electric green stripes in it. And this one I was playing around with doing short row heels, but doing sort of Eye of Partridge on the like top part of the heel. And I think this one I even did like an Eye of Partridge toe. I don't know if you guys can see that. I did an Eye of Partridge toe on it. But yeah, otherwise just a pretty plain sock. And then this one must have been one of my, what did I do here? This one, I can't tell if I did a heel, I did some sort of a heel flap on it, because you can see that there's a little gusset there, but I can't tell if I just did like a normal short row heel then, and was trying to give it a little more room, because it doesn't really look like I did like a normal heel turn, so I don't know what I was doing with this one. But this one again is Patons Kroy in the, Patons Kroy FX in the Clover colors, which you guys know is one of my favorites. This one, again, it looks like I did an Eye of Partridge toe on it. I don't know why. But yeah, so that's some very, very early socks that I did. I will keep these simply for the memories and for posterity, but I'm not planning on wearing them because I'm not even entirely sure that they're the right size. This was kind of before I understood how to make socks the right size. But yeah, the rest of this stuff I think is just going to kind of go into some bins to go back into storage, because it's not something that I necessarily want to take up room in the suitcase for, but it is something that I want to save just, for posterity, at least for a little while. But I thought I'd show you guys that. My guess is that the next time you see me, it will probably be as we are traveling back to Richmond tomorrow. So until then, keep it classy. See you in a jump cut.
It's recording.
Are you recording?
Yep.
Hey guys, so today is travel day number 2 for our trip, which is our return trip home. But I wanted to show you something before we get into the travel stuff, and that is a knitting project that I've been working on for the past couple of days. And I wanted to show it because I'm going to put it in the mail today, since there's no room in our luggage for it, and so you will never see it again. But anyway, this is a jumbo giant scarf that I made from some yarn that my older brother brought me. I guess one of his friends bought this yarn and her cat just did not like it and kept attacking her needles every time she tried to pick them up. So he brought it up and I knitted it up into just a giant scarf. I don't know what brand of yarn it is. I don't know the fiber content. I know practically nothing about it. It's just this big chunky yarn. I knit it with US size 35 needles. I have no idea what the metric size of those is, but they're the big jumbo needles. And yeah, it's just a really basic 1x1 rib, cast on 11 stitches, did a 1x1 rib, and made it pretty long, and then put fringe on it. So it is just sort of long enough to wrap all the way around and come back down the front. So it's a nice warm scarf, and like I said, I'm going to put it back in the mail to my brother so he can give it back to his friend if she wants it, or give it to someone else. But I don't think I will need it in Virginia because it's very warm and our winters just don't get that cold. But anyway, I wanted to show it to you guys just so you can see it before it goes away. So I don't know if I got a good up close, but that's what it looks like up close. Is it focused? So that's what it looks like up close. And yeah, it was interesting because this is my first time ever using like jumbo yarn and those giant needles. And I didn't love it. It was really hard on like my wrists, but I'm bringing the needles home with me because I have some other big thick yarn like this that I want to make a project out of. So hopefully you guys will see that in the future. But that's that for now, and then we'll pick back up once we get into the traveling because we have lots of other stuff to do today. So see you in a jump cut. This is cool. I didn't know they had this. Update time. Once again, I'm living dangerously and vlogging while on a moving walkway. But yeah, we are at the airport, the only place with moving walkways. And I have my second caribou of the day. This is gonna be my last caribou probably until Christmas time. So I'm, soaking in all the goodness of it. But yeah, we're just kind of walking around. We got here really, really early and got through security really fast. So we're just wandering around, getting some exercise before we sit on the plane for the next couple hours. So yeah, that's that. Hey guys, so, whoa, sure, very bright in this light. I'm hoping I have enough battery power to record this little ending, but it is actually now Tuesday, so we got back yesterday, and I realized I'm about to go edit the vlog, and I realized I didn't actually end it yesterday. So we got in, I think we got back to our apartment probably about 10 o'clock last night, so it's not super late. Like, we've certainly gotten in later before, but of course we were still on Central Time, so it was really, we felt like it was like 9 o'clock. And I'd already had 3 coffees yesterday, and plus, I've talked before about how the street we live on is just very noisy, and going from, we were staying with Wesley's parents when we were back in Minnesota, and it's very quiet there, out in the suburbs, and then going back to an urban environment and trying to sleep, it just was not a good night of sleep for me or Wesley. So I was kind of a little bit of a zombie today, but I'm catching my second wind, so I figure I'll have a little bit of energy to get this vlog edited. And I got new yarn in the mail, so I'm going to dye up a little bit of yarn while I export this and get it uploaded to YouTube. So yeah, hopefully this weekend I will have some new dyeing stuff to share you guys. I'm trying 2 new bases that I've never tried before, so I'll report on how that goes, I guess this weekend when I show it to you guys, it'll be next week for you guys, but anyway, whenever I record next. But I'm super excited, so yeah, this is just the end of the vlog. Thank you very much if you stuck through the whole thing. I'm assuming it probably got a little bit long since it was such a long period of time, all smushed together. But thanks for watching if you made it this far, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.